Hey, let everybody get up in here so we could do this. Sorry, order. So we are back to do this again. I'm very sorry, actually, very sorry that I kind of lagged a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Come- Damn it, stay plugged in. All right. So okay. So we're gonna be talking about, theorizing conspiracies on WWE Superstars. Today's three superstars will be none other than Shelton Benjamin, Santos Escobar, and Sami Zayn. I don't know why I put up four fingers. Three. So we're gonna go Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, so you guys get the gist of superstars we're going to be talking about on theories, and I will do this at least every Thursday, so you guys know what's happening. So let's jump right into it. Starting with Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin has been so great in the WWE, especially when he came into the WWE a very long time ago. He was great in the tag team division with Charlie Hell. Cass came into an angle with Kurt Angle. So they became the greatest team ever, holding the tag team champions back then, you know? So Sean Benjamin is, again, one of the, back then top guys there. He became also an intercontinental title holder. He became all of this, greatness for Shelton. In surprising fashion, if you guys did not know, Shelton Benjamin was actually roommates in college with the Beast Brock Lesnar. Surprisingly, they both have a good mutual respect between each other, especially back there. You even saw it in the 2020 Royal Rumble when Brock Lesnar hugged saw Shelton Benjamin. They were gonna team up together. That looked like a pretty good standing point of that team. But that is what I want to talk about too. Two things for Shelton Benjamin. One thing is Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin. How they became so great together, and decided both of them could have teamed up together to take on in the Royal Rumble. But what if that was to happen? Could Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin be a tag team? My God, he's been so well back then in the tag team division. It would be completely out of the blue to see him be teamed up with Brock Lesnar. But could it happen? Possibly. I still think that Brock Lesnar back then, when he had the tights, the boots, the knee pads, I think that Brock Lesnar, when he wasn't UFC built, I feel like that Brock Lesnar could team up with Shelton Benjamin. This Brock Lesnar now, no way. Two different people, But just a conspiracy for this is that could WWE ever do this, or will WWE ever put Brock and Shelton in a tag team? I don't know. It's a possibility. It is a possibility. But I don't think so. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Shelton Benjamin teaming with Brock Lesnar. That would be pretty freaking sick. That'd be pretty awesome. I love it. I'd kind of love to see that too. They could become tag team champions like that. Come on. Let it happen. The second thing with Shelton Benjamin, though, is what if, and this is just a what if Shelton Benjamin didn't leave the Hurt Business? A lot of people talk about the Hurt Business a lot, and I'm wondering why WWE broke up the Hurt Business in the first place. I guess they wanted to make Bobby Lashley a bigger, opponent, bigger champ. I guess they wanted Bobby Lashley to be this, big guy, down to business, no more BS, no more letting people stomp all over him, walk all over him. He's the WWE champion, for God's sake. We can't let that shit happen. So, what do? they break up the Hurt Business, which was probably the worst idea because everybody was behind that. So I want to theorize that. But what if they didn't break up the Hurt Business? Well, I still feel like they would, but let's get on to the theories now. We're theorizing about Shelton Benjamin and why WWE did that. Why did WWE break up their business? Well, I think it's because, and this is theory, I think that they broke the Hurt Business up so they can, one, build Bobby Lashley to be this big, power-hungry monster. No more bullshit. And I like the Bobby Lashley now. Like, that's the attitude I like. The no more bullshit, down to business. That's what I like. So, coming back here, Bobby Lashley, that I can think of, the only theory for, the Hurt Business being broken up is to build Bobby Lashley into this power hungry motherfucker. Yeah, I know that this is, bad, but they wanted Bobby Lashley to be on his own self. And plus, they became tag team champions, so they all held the gold. You can thank MVP for getting Shelton Benjamin, getting Cedric Alexander. But looking at it now, we don't need those two. We don't need Shelton. We don't need Cedric. We don't need that shit. It kind of sucks. I know. But trust me, Shelton and Cedric, we don't need them anymore in WWE. WWE might as well release both of them. Unless they want to keep Shelton, build him up a little bit, get him, back to his old roots, maybe keep him in the mid-card division, kind of with Shelton, kind of with Cedric, and kind of with Hardy. If you guys did not check out my last theories video, it was about Hardy, could he leave the WWE? Why WWE wants to keep, Hardy? Well, this is Shelton Benjamin, why they broke up the Hurt Business. And Shelton Benjamin has just been a really great, in-ring competitor. My opinion, I feel like he fits perfectly into if you want to make him a single star and make him be built up and make him this champion, this mid-card division type person, yeah, single, mid-card would be perfect for him. But in my eyes, I see him more in the tag team. And that brings me back to, could WWE put Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar together? Keep messing up on their names. I don't know why. Could they put them both together? Probably, but will they? No. I feel like they could have done it back then when Brock Lesnar did not go to the UFC. I feel like before Brock Lesnar went to the UFC, they could have put Shelton and him up against each other. That would have been a good idea. They could have been tag team champions. You could have made, roommates become enemies, make that whole story tie in somehow, some way. But Brock Lesnar would beat him. So Shelton Benjamin, good guy, great guy. That's my theory on him. That's all I got for him. Santos Escobar, Latino Mexican wrestler. He is looking very, very, very drip. He got that drip. He got that fit in that ring, and he's starting beef. He's in that beef with Hero. So Santos Escobar has been on fire. He picked up a win over Dexter Lumis, and he became, I guess, I want to say longest reigning NXT Cruiserweight Champion before getting beat by Kushida. But Santos Escobar is great. And I love the match, the 6-man tag team match at In Your House between Bronson Reed, MSK, and then Legado del Fantasma. That was a great match, and I just loved it so much. And then, him getting crushed, boom, crushing him, that was great too. But my God, man, we really gotta think of something for him. If you want to make him North American champion, I think that when that match happens, when we get Dax, no, I'm kidding. When we get Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Santos Escobar, I think it's going to be one hell of a match. But I think Dax, I can't make fun of him for that, man. Shout out to In the Clutch for making that, joke. But I feel like Swerve got it in the bag after, when he goes up against Santos. But no hate on Santos. The one theory I have of Santos is what does it mean for him to be a Mexican wrestler? Like, what does it mean for Santos? What does it mean for him? And I love this promo. And this is the question I wanted to ask. Like, what does it mean for him to be, champion? What does it do for him? It puts blood on the line. It puts family in our mind. It puts everything for him to be, what makes him one of the, I guess, best lucha wrestlers, Mexican, lucha, Hispanic, Latino wrestlers. It's about, it's about the talent. It's about the experience, about the skills he has, So what makes you think that he ain't going to become champion? He was champion. He was NXT Cruiserweight champion. Remember that. And I think like WWE with the whole little outfit here, he kind of looked like a bear for a sec. He kind of looked like a kingpin for a sec. And I really think WWE could turn that into like a little story for him. Make it aside. He's a kingpin. He orders his men to his henchmen, his henchmen, Joaquin, and Rule Mendoza, Joaquin Wild. They could just run the house. He could order them to just do this, take out this guy or, take out this guy or win matches, do that. He orders him, he's just rocking the drip when, his boys can't do it. He does it himself. It's kind of like Roman Reigns and the Usos. You know what I mean? But the theory is more of, what makes him great. It's just his character. And I feel like his character can go and might go into a different direction. But this is great. This is great for the story that we want to that W is trying to tell with Scott and Escobar. Do I think that he will become, champion, like North American champion? No. Maybe in the future, yes, but no, not now. And do I think he will go down that, kingpin type character? Maybe. I would like to see it. It'd actually be pretty good. Pretty good for that one. Nothing on Santos, really. I'm picking superstars that I don't have theories on, but I just make them up as I go down the line, But I got some good ones for next week, and I'll be great. I'll be good. So I'd tell you right now. Let's move on to the biggest conspiracy theorist here, Sami frickin' Zayn. Let's move on to SmackDown. Sami Zayn has always been wanting to, get everybody to listen to him, that there's a conspiracy out there for him, that he's been, getting screwed over in matches, that he's been, getting pinned and, this and that, and justice for Sami. And let me tell you right now, do I believe that there is a conspiracy? No. What I will say, though, is that Sami is just kind of psycho. He causes himself to think that, there's a conspiracy out for him. That there is, he's losing matches because, they're not doing that. The executives or they're not doing their job. They are doing their job. You're just ruining it. You're exposing the turnbuckle. They're catching it. You put your feet on the ropes. They're catching it. You put your hands on the rope. They're catching it. You're rolling up. You're pulling the tights, and they're catching it. But here's where the conspiracy dives even a little bit deeper. It is where when Sami does that, and they catch it, and then when the other superstar does it, they don't see a damn thing. So yes and no to the conspiracy. Sami does ruin it for himself. But in the end, there is kind of a conspiracy. It's okay for one man to do it, but not the other. Obviously, we all know the saying, 2 wrongs does not make it right. But 2 rights doesn't make a wrong. I don't know who would want to use that statement. But Sami Zayn is getting screwed over because I think it's because of himself, because of his actions. And actions do speak louder than the words. But sometimes words do hurt. And, well, when we tell Zayn the truth, he's going to hurt very badly. More of the conspiracy for Zayn is just flat out, is he, are the other superstars and the referee, are they screwing Zayn over? No, they're not. They're doing their job. The referee's doing their job, except for when, he rolls the tights and they call him out on it, but the other wrestler does it and they don't call shit. You know what I mean? So like that, yeah, that's probably no. But Zayn could be looking to, I don't know what's next for Zayn, really. Like, that's where SmackDown kind of lacks. They need to, they have all these good characters, but they need to, do something with them. We already got the feud between Zayn and Owens, so that's done. I don't even think Owens will be on SmackDown tomorrow because he wants to spend time with his family. That's reasonable. Big E is Mr. Money in the Bank, and I think that maybe Big E should, have a match with Zayn, Money in the Bank wise, because again, remember last week, or we already got something there. Zayn's going to take on Finn Balor, and Finn Balor now on SmackDown. That is great because guess what's also on SmackDown? The Universal Championship. And WWE, I want to make this very clear to you. I watched Pamela Productions' video on ruining Finn Balor, right? Yes and no. I do and I don't. I do agree with how they ruined Finn Balor, but I do not agree with how they ruined Finn Balor at the same time. I will tell you where I think Finn Balor got fucking ruined, okay? The moment Finn Balor got ruined was, yes, what Pamela Productions has said. He got ruined because he lost a match to Kane. Kane, a fucking part-timer. That is probably the worst. And then to put the cherry on top, or the whipped cream on top, he had a fucking kickoff match with The Miz. Out of that alone, that kind of ruined him, right? Let's put the final cherry on top for Finn Balor, and we'll get to how this ties in with Sami Zayn, Finn Balor got fucked over completely. Let's put the cherry on top right now. He got fucked over for what I'm about to say. We had the little, we had the Sunday builds. We had the ice cream right there. We had the ice cream right there. If you didn't think that was, you get shitty ass ice cream. Boom. Losing to Kane was the ice cream. The whipped cream was having the kickoff match with The Miz, not even featured on the main card. Though he's a big enough star and everybody loved him. Okay? But here's the cherry on top. Here's a big cherry on top. You remember who won the Universal Championship first? Finn Balor with a dislocated literally out of a socket, popped it back in and defeated Seth Rollins. That is one of my favorite matches in the WWE over, for the Universal Championship, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. One of my favorite matches. He won the title, relinquished it the next day because of his injury. He then comes back. He gets a Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar. They tie that fucking championship reign into the story with Brock Lesnar and Finn. They tie that he wants to regain back the championship he never lost. And WWE should have made it fucking happen. They should have made Finn Balor champion. But you know what? They didn't because they had nothing planned for him. At the time when he was champion, they did. But now they don't. So that's why he lost. And that's the cherry on top. It's not the fact that that Brock Lesnar kicked his ass. It was the fact that you tied the first Universal Championship reign he had, the title he never lost. You tied that into the story and you made him lose. That right there, that's the cherry on top. That's the cherry on top. How are you going to make Finn Balor lose to Brock? How are you going to make Finn Balor lose when you already tied in the fact that he was the first Universal Champion? And he should. And Karrion Kross fucking did it too. When he became champion, he relinquished it, but then, came back a couple months later, regained the championship, right? So what the fuck? Why does it work on NXT but not WWE, huh? That's my case there. So Finn Balor is going to get built up on SmackDown. Finn Balor is going to take on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is going to get beaten. There'll probably be another conspiracy. They'll have a feud. They'll probably have like a good feud or so during next like maybe a good 3-4 weeks. And then when we get down the line, when Roman Reigns retains against John Cena, which will happen, we will get Finn Balor likely facing Roman Reigns for the title. And if you remember the bouts that we've had Roman versus Finn before. And where did that go? That went to Finn Balor getting opportunities. So I respect Roman Reigns beating Finn Balor for the championship. I'm come to terms that Finn Balor is just, he deserves way better. At the time when when that match with Brock Lesnar, when he lost, he really gained better. But this is about Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's going to lose to Finn Balor, and it's going to be about conspiracy, and he's going to go on this whole rant conspiracy, So that's next for Zayn. I deep dive into Finn Balor and what they're going to do with him, but Zayn, I don't even know if he's going to be, I don't even know what he's going to do. They're just going to make him a mid-card act. So if they need somebody to face him, face somebody that's a face, there you go. Same with Corbin. That's Corbin too. Corbin and Zayn just got literally put to the mid-card and just, you know what? You guys are only going to be used when we need you. Sorry, but that's how it's going to go. So, yeah. But yeah, I do think that there's a conspiracy out for Zayn. Only when he doesn't do it himself. Like, he literally does it himself. He exposes the turnbuckle, and then someone else uses the turnbuckle on him, and they fucking literally, like I remember this one, and it's the only conspiracy I'll call out. The roll-up of the tights. One time, it was Sami Zayn versus Apollo Crews. I think this was back in maybe January, February, somewhere around there. Apollo Crews rolled up, Sami Zayn rolled up Apollo Crews, grabbing the tights. Referee caught him, okay? And you can't do that. You can't roll up the tights. Apollo Crews rolls him up with the tights. 1, 2, 3, done. See? Right there. That image right there, boom. If you caught that right there could be considered a conspiracy. Like, what's that? I did it. You didn't call it. You called me out. But when he does it, you didn't call it. You didn't call out shit. It's about fairness, I guess. Sami Zayn's conspiracy. Fairness. That's what he should title the fucking, video, I guess. Fairness. And it's fine. Fairness in its finest. And then show that clip. Just Zayn getting rolled up by Apollo with the tights. But yeah, that's it. That's it for theories. I do want to touch on one other thing, and I should save it for Talking Logic on Saturday, right? No, I'm going to talk about it right here, because I got some time to talk about it. WWE has made it very clear that Daniel Bryan is no longer going to be working with WWE. So he's done with it. They're not going to be selling his merchandise, not going to be doing all that. But yesterday, recent news came about that CM Punk was in talks with Nick Khan, or Tony Khan. Tony Khan? Yeah. Tony Khan, I think. Please tell me I'm right. Let me check. Anyway, CM Punk has been in talks with Tony Khan, and he might be coming to AEW. But I'm also crossing my fingers that it's not just him, that it is also the fucking American Dragon himself, Bryan Danielson. And oh my God, WWE does not own that name. They own Daniel Bryan. They don't own CM Punk, because CM Punk took the name too. So, but he can be Bryan Danielson, and oh my God, will I stay tuned in for AEW. And you could put them both into a feud with each other. But if you have both of them in AEW, oh my God, the whole fucking wrestling world will blow up. It will blow the fuck up. It is crazy. It will blow up. I wanted to talk about this because other people have been talking about CM Punk and, Daniel Bryan likely coming to fucking there. So I need to talk about it too. And that is, both of them could be coming to AEW, and I've been watching it. Last night's fucking Texas death match was awesome. Jon Moxley went out there and was fucking going crazy. Lance Archer was going crazy. Darby Allin going crazy. Orange Cassidy and Sting having their little, in the pockets, shadowing. Britt Baker retaining her title. Jericho. Next week we'll be taking Jericho taking on Shawn Spears in the chair that Shawn Spears can use a chair, but he can't. Jericho winning that match, and then next he'll face Nick Cage. Cage or Gage? Nick Cage, somewhere, and it will be the Killer versus the Painmaker, Chris Jericho. And my God, the Painmaker will literally fuck him up. You want the baddest man in wrestling? Bro, in a no DQ match? Oh my God, get me tuned in. I'm ready for that. I love the story with the Pinnacle and fucking the Inner Circle. That's great. Great story. Sammy Guevara, all of them. Greatness. I'm happy to see that, though. But yeah, if CM Punk and Daniel Bryan come to fucking AEW, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to probably likely tune in each week. So yeah, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk could be coming to AEW, and I'm happy for that. I can't wait to see that. I think the whole crowd, I hope they are able to have him keep his theme song, especially from WWE, over. And it'd just be nice to have the crowd, the AEW crowd, just hear psh, psh, yeah, that'd just be fucking awesome. Or Daniel Bryan, gets a theme song or somewhat, he gets his. It would just be nice. So I don't think I wanted to save that for Talking Logic. I think that it needs to be talked about here on this, theories. So I'm going to try to wrap it up now. It was pretty short, but next week we're going to be looking at other 3 superstars, 3 individuals who I could conspiracy on about their little, I guess, conspiracy. And I think I want to do for Raw, over on Raw, and I feel like I should have done it maybe this week after what happened, but I'm going to do it next week. And you guys have seen videos on YouTube about it, so go check that out. Oh, drive. Okay. Maybe go check those out. But for Raw, I kind of maybe want to, I don't know who I want to talk about for Raw, but I think it'd be nice to actually talk about, how about Damian Priest? I think Damian Priest would be a good one to talk about. So for Raw, we're going to talk about Damian Priest next week. NXT, let's look at Karrion Kross, because I need to talk about that shit too. You've seen it all on fucking YouTube, from other people. We need to talk about Karrion Kross. We really do. We need to talk about Karrion Kross losing to Jeff Hardy. Like, that was bullshit. But you know what? We're going to talk about the NXT champion, Karrion Kross, from NXT and from SmackDown. I think we can look at, we got to look at a couple people here, but I want to actually focus on Liv Morgan. So I'm happy to do this. So next week, we will be talking about, from Raw, Damian Priest. From NXT, it will be Mr. Karrion Kross. And from SmackDown, Liv Morgan. Thank you guys for watching so much. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications so you do not miss any wrestling content. And I want to make this very clear. I'm very sorry. I apologize so much for not having Talking Logic podcast during the Money in the Bank, during this Money in the Bank week. I'm very sorry. I do apologize once again, but trust me, I promise to have this Saturday. Nothing's going to happen Saturday. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm going to make sure I come back on here 8 o'clock on Saturday, 8 a.m., so we can do this fucking Talking Logic and talk about many things. I'm going to try to make it an hour-long fucking talk, okay? I promise you. Fingers crossed. I promise you. Okay? Thank you guys. Stay safe. Get outside. It's pretty warm out, especially where I am. I don't know where you guys are. If not, stay home, but stay safe. And I'll see you guys on Talking Logic podcast on Saturday, 8 o'clock. It will be 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your day.